Hello and welcome once again to Wandering Monster, America's showcase, where we play the games that you might want to go get your grubby mitts on. I am Charles
I'm
R.
Bridget
Bernard.
Brave.
Ian Servas.
I'm Kevin Welch.
And I'm Mr. Bashki.
And as you can see from my glorious visage, John Baltusberger could not be with us tonight. He's actually having each and every one of his teeth converted into a different type of drill bit. I'm very excited to have him bite me. And speaking of things that bite, 66 million years ago, go, dinosaurs, man. They rule. Everybody has
It's true.
dinosaur.
Truth.
Mostly when we're little kids, and I think that's because kids are in love with giant things, you know. But like a lot of us as adults continue to be dinosaur enthusiasts. I asked our co-cast members to think hard about what their favorite dinosaur was / is, and we'll go around and talk about it. Mine's a bit of a roller coaster ride, so let's just go in whatever order feels
Are
natural.
you worried any of us will have the same dinosaur?
Even if you do, it's fine.
Yeah, as a kid, I always liked the Ankylosaurus because it was prominently featured in the Fred Savage Dinosaurs film from the 80s.
Wow.
And also,
Yeah.
right, Fantasia. It's peaceful, but it can pack a wallop with its tail.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I always like the Compsognathus from Jurassic Park, the little tiny dinosaurs from Jurassic Park that eat people.
See, I didn't even have to think
Love
that
those
hard
guys.
because it's like Brontosaurus has always been there, and they tried to take it from me. They said its head was wrong, and they tried to rip it out of my arms, and that was so upsetting. But it's because there's a cryptid Brontosaurus. Did you know this?
Yeah.
It's in McCallum Mbembe. Yeah, it's and I was obsessed with McCallum Mbembe as an idea as a kid. So
I'll go next
Yeah.
because mine is the same one, Brontosaurus, and like Bridget, I was gonna say,
Yeah!
it's sort of like Pluto. Like it was not a dinosaur for a while, but then it came roaring back. And I am particularly fond of it because as a child, one of my beloved books when I was like very first learning to read was called The Brontosaurus Birthday Cake. And it was about a kid who gets birthday cake shaped like a brontosaurus and makes his birthday wish, which is to have a friend. And then when he goes to cut the cake, it turns into a real live brontosaurus. And like at first it's very cute and small, but it gets like bigger and bigger and bigger until, and it has a happy ending because the brontosaurus, I guess it's a happy ending, winds up living at the zoo and they're like cool or whatever. But yeah,
he cuts into his friend and then find out he's
it's
real.
not.
No.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he goes to carve and like the scaly hide. He doesn't cut into it. He's just like, this isn't cake. And then the dinosaur like shakes off the frosting.
Oh.
it's like the opposite of all those "is it cake" videos.
Who hasn't gone yet?
It's not.
Yeah. It's a dinosaur. Kevin, I'm calling on you. What was / is?
Was / is and always will be the Stegosaurus. Love those big plates, spikes sticking out the tail, the two brains, because it's just the way it's
Metal as hell.
articulated. Yeah,
But
so
the
metal.
two brain
And
thing was wrong. They were incorrect on that. It had one brain. I'm sorry, Kevin.
I mean,
Kevin,
technically,
I'm
if you
sorry.
think about it, people think that our intestinal tract is our second brain. So, I mean,
Vagus or vagus nerve, yeah. Yeah, who
I don't care.
has
Thanks.
Well, I
Mr.
haven't
Pashke,
gone.
what about you?
I have also not gone. Yeah. So Kevin stole my dinosaur, much like yours was stolen by Bridget. So I'm gonna go with Bernie Sanders, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
He's an American treasure. So as I was starting to say in my funny deep space voice, 66 million years ago, the galaxy fucked those dinosaurs up. A 6-mile wide comet hit the Earth. You've heard about some of the effects, I'm sure, including that it rained molten glass and that there was a global earthquake that lasted anywhere from weeks to months. And then they all died. But what if it had gone differently? What if the galaxy was kinder to dinosaurs and in turn they were kinder to the galaxy? Well, that, my friend, brings us to tonight's game, Kosmosaurs. This is another joint from Giogo Norgay.
He did great in the green room, I'll tell you.
An old school.
He nailed it.
I did, and then I fucked it up. I shouldn't do phonetic spelling. Anyway, yeah, this is another banger from the fella who brought you Burger Punk, which is another pod favorite. So please apologize,
Primal
Mr. Old Skull, for my pronunciation.
Yeah,
was the artist.
Yeah. So we played a lot of old school games, and we love them. Yeah. We are tonight going to be playing dinosaurs who prevent disasters like that nasty ass comet, fight assassin robots, banish chaos mutants from the warp dimension. I don't know. They sound pretty dope to me. I kind of want to hang out with them, but we'll see. Mr. Servas, will you take it away? And whoever's typing, while you do that, please mute your mic.
Absolutely. So we are going.
Okay.
So we are playing Kosmosaur, and this game is really great because it really channels into that Saturday morning breakfast cartoon, and there's a lovely homage to the 80s and other types of pop cultural references from the US that really kind of strike home. So if you pick up this book, it's beautifully illustrated, and it you'll find all these kinds of fun little things. Lucas Halachuk really nails it. Again, same artist from Burger Punk and from the Merkborg comic, the Helen Gallenbach and other things. Really evocative art. System is very simple. It's D6 based, a pool that is based on your attributes, as well as items, modifiers, species benefits. So that's part of the fun, is that there is a D66 table for what species that you're going to be playing as. So there's definitely a lot of fun and an opportunity to play everyone's favorite dinosaur or to learn about a new type of dinosaur. I definitely learned about different types of dinosaurs while researching, and boy, there is a whole world out there. So when we think about this game, everyone is playing as this larger-than-life Saturday morning cartoon character. Dinosaurs clad in interstellar armor and spacesuits with laser rifles and other kinds of interesting gadgets. I think I'd like someone to volunteer to go first to introduce their character, as well as maybe what type of theme song or what's the montage.
The theme song, someone has to do that for me, but I can do the montage. The montage is who wants to do the theme song? Pashki, you got me on this. You can even just beatbox.
Your mic always mutes all the fun sounds that you make. So we'll just imagine that there's some type of great song that we can't play because of Twitch, DRM reasons or whatnot. So
and the montage. The montage is naturally toynetic, a word that was featured on the cartoon Freakazoid, meaning featuring the Kosmosaur Jeep, Kosmosaur Jet. This guy's got a jetpack. That guy's got a gun. You got to buy into different. It's like every scene is like a different toy that is sold separately, along with the the basic Kosmosaur figure. So maybe even a hang glider for. I think my guy look cool in a hang glider. So my guy, you got to buy the hang glider separately. Some accessories sold separately. And that's our opening. Just vehicles and nonsense. Lasers exploding, people jumping off cliffs,
explosions,
high-fiving. One of
Batteries
us
sold separately.
Yeah, one of us at a pizzeria, and everybody's patting their pockets like, "Uh-oh, who's got the bill?" Yeah,
I like
tiny
it.
little hands.
Yeah. And I will also go first in introducing my character. So tonight I will be playing Cogs. I am the medic of the group. My species is Baryonyx. Look it up, Baryonyx. They look really cool. They are the ancient ancestors of herons and storks. And like herons and storks, they are fishers. They got these gnarly big old claws that they would spear fish with. And then they also had good, like long crocodilian mouths for snapping them. So, yeah, very cool. And like that, my personality, cool and reserved. My humor, graveyard. My shades, Leon. Do, 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 do. Yep, that's me. And I think that's pretty much all you need to know about me. I'm a medic. I'm a former combat medic dino, and I'm a cool looking, tall, skinny thing.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'll go next. I am pink. I'm a microraptor. So like a raptor, but micro. I have a lot of knowledge of video games and comic books and the path of the ninja. So the things I'm good at, I'm really good at nunchuck skills and sprinting. And I'm bad at stealth and heavy lifting. So those are, there's a picture of me in there and I look like I am basically parrot sized. So
Adorable.
I'm probably not the one you want carrying.
It's
so.
it
is adorable.
a teacup raptor.
Super excited. A tiny, tiny Batman. Yes.
I'll go next. His name's Cutter. He's a Troodon, which I was just looking that up because I didn't know what it was. It's a bird-like dinosaur, so I'm kind of like a raptor, but I got like feathery type wing arms and kind of, I don't know, just kind of badass. Really, it looks like a methed out emu if you have with a tail, but yeah. Keter, he's the tech support. He's the brains of the or at least he thinks he's the brains of the operation. He's kind of twitchy and he loves like speed, like going fast or however you want to take that. I'm never sleeping and I'm always talking. I just never shut up. And I love candy. Candy's great. If anybody's got any Skittles, fucking perfect. And I also like explosions. Because nothing goes better with being up for days and or weeks on end than explosions. And yes, but they told me specifically that there's no explosions on the ship, so I cannot blow anything up on the ship. But I may just do that just because who knows when I'll sleep again.
I think
so
the best way to
Skittles.
describe what your character looks like is like if Wimbley from Fraggle Rock was Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
I was imagining a little bit of Sloth from Ice Age as well.
Ooh, yeah, that could be in there too.
And plus the squirrel.
Scratch.
Put him there.
Scratch.
Yeah,
Right, oh my gosh.
stretch it over a dinosaur.
I hope Hashkin's drawing all of this right now.
That's a tall order.
No.
There was a joke. There was a joke on some show I was watching where a guy went back in time and saw that dinosaurs did indeed have feathers, and he was like, "And it's just awful." And it did look like mangy, kind of like half scaly, half feathery. Like it was great.
Awesome.
All right. Last but certainly not least.
Hi, my name's Rex, and I just took a nap. I'm an Allosaurus. I hate brushing my teeth on account of tiny little hands. I'm terrible at chess for reasons that I don't want to get into, but I will beat you. I swear to fucking Christ, if Dinosaur Christ exists in this world.
You took an asteroid for your sins.
Now I'm gonna go take a nap over that way. And that's my character. So yeah, his name is Rex. He is the tank.
Love it.
And that's yeah.
So a lot of you actually as we transition from our introductions into our Saturday morning breakfast cartoon, as a quick little snapshot, what's the opening montage of the action scenes from previous episodes where you've saved the galaxy from umpteen different types of destruction and peril?
Ooh.
And more importantly, who is sponsoring today's episode? What products are Impressionable Youth supposed to buy?
Oh, Lucky Strikes?
I was going to go with
This is really from the 80s.
yeah, Lucky Strike works. That's the best.
Yeah, Lucky Strikes is sponsoring it. And as for the action scenes, I know there's an underwater welding sequence, inexplicably. I don't remember
Also
that
a car chase.
adventure.
There's when the magical amulet goes onto the Stegosaurus and it does the spin move and shoots at the enemy. We never use it again, but we always cut back to it like it's going to be relevant. It's not.
Yeah. It's just that one episode, but it was such a cool sequence. You know, they had to put it in the Zazzle reel.
Then the slow motion shot of all four of us walking away, one of us flicking a Lucky Strike as something explodes huge in the background.
Oh, no. A close up of a grenade just held by a dinosaur. And then the camera pans out and it's a T-Rex trying to pull the pin, but it can't.
And also that time we formed a band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dibs on guitar.
Bam.
The guitar.
There is definitely a guitar in the Fred Savage Dinosaurs video. Look it up on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. Even has claymation in it.
Wow.
And lots of outdated facts about dinosaurs.
Wow.
Great. So
what it
we
doesn't
wrap
have is a shitload of WWF
smooth.
a shitload of WWF wrestlers, like the video for Goonies Are Good Enough by
Oh my
Cyndi
God,
Lauper.
yeah. I forgot about that, yeah.
Like Captain Lou Albano, Iron Sheik, like Rowdy Roddy Piper. I mean, it's an all-star.
I was going to say it's missing the smooth taste of Lucky Strikes. Remember, kids, only adults can be this cool.
Now with filters.
So you,
Now with filter.
So we transition from our intro credits, and at the end it's like produced by like Dick Wolf, and we see the opening sequence of the camera zooming in to your spaceship. The mechanism in this game for your spaceship is that your spaceship needs 3 things that it's good at and 1 thing that it is bad at. That contributes to a little bit of its ecosystem and its functions and life support. So each of you get to claim one of those.
Okay, one thing that our spaceship is bad at is braking suddenly. Like brakes are a little rusty. Take some time to stop. One thing that's good?
Deceleration.
But it's great at J turns.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Someone else contribute.
Jumps into hyperdrive without fail every time.
So follow me on this. Pro or con? Kitchen that has gravity controls so that it can bake like at 0 gravity.
I think that's pro.
Ooh.
Yeah, pro, definitely pro.
The
Yeah,
perfect
absolutely
souffle.
But con, there's nowhere to vent the smoke. So if you burn something, you really shit the bed because like that smell is going to be with us until the next time we make port and exchange our air supply.
I will.
But it's
have
also
you
an
know,
easy
one
bake
of the-
oven.
I love it. I'll have you know, one of the pre-gens that I made for this evening that was not selected was a dinosaur who was the ship's cook. So
There's the con. We don't have a cook. We have the best kitchen in the galaxy.
And no one knows how to use it.
We're just eating potato chips and like microwaving lean cuisines.
I got pockets full of
Chris from the
candy
chat-
corn.
Chris from the chat is recommending that you microwave a whole lot of fish, Charles.
Okay.
A whole lot of fish.
I can't help it, guys. It's all that my species eats. We're herbivores.
I'm the best coworker. So all of you are doing your various personal activities that are one of your hallmarks. Like if you are rollerblading on the ship with zero gravity, if you are playing with like a paddle ball, all that, everything comes to a screeching halt when you hear that intercom blip sound that lets you know that there is an incoming message that is always conveniently the start of each mission. So all of you gather around in the comms hub around a big CRT monitor that crackles to light. You see, fading into view, not usually one of the cool and rad people from the 80s, but a man in a very stiff and drab 80s power suit. Looks very warm. The guy has these very ashen face characteristics, salt and pepper hair with a lot more salt than pepper. Likewise with the beard, grizzled, he really hasn't groomed very well in a while, and he's got a little bit of a disheveled tie. Big meaty fists, and he leans in and he goes, "Ah, the Kosmosaurs. I've been trying to hail you for a while. On behalf of Brain Core, I request your assistance."
Okay. Go ahead.
We're here to protect and serve or something. I don't know. Yeah,
We're in.
we are just sort of like this gang or whatever, wandering the land in search of like problems to solve. So yeah, we're in. Sure. It's our raison d'etre.
No doubt you have been seeing the reports of increased drug trafficking that is targeting our youth, that has so far has been not tackled by the intergalactic police. I'm sure you very esteemed dinosaurs are well aware of this menace.
Better hugs than
No,
drugs.
nothing about it at all.
Never heard of her.
Good, because drugs are for losers, kids.
What was it? Every fucking arcade game back in the day only with like winners.
Nancy Reagan says winners don't do drugs.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Winners don't do drugs, and which is hilarious because like the arcade was where the most stoned people on planet Earth were, and they were doing great.
You see, the problem is the more that the drugs are flooding the market, here at Brain Core, we're seeing that the sales of our breakfast cereals are very steeply declining, which imperils lots of employment, along with imbalancing the nutritional needs of today's youth.
I want to see the Lucky Charms man make that argument to me with a straight fucking face. Like I dare them.
Children are choosing drugs instead of our overly sweetened cereals to for awesome play, which bodes together.
I don't know where that
I
comes
need you to track down the secret source of these drugs and put an end to it and restore our children's nutritional needs as part of this complete breakfast. And it just pans, camera pans to a big bowl of cereal, a glass of orange juice, a glass of milk, box of cereal in the background. What does the cereal look like? And pardon me, what's the prize that's supposed to be in the box?
I would think that they're shaped like dinosaurs and comets.
Oh, I love it.
Just neon colors,
love it.
bright,
Yeah.
shooting out at you, and inside is actually a dinosaur that is riding a rocket.
Oh, and it's like a little one that's made out of a sponge. So when you get it wet, it gets much bigger.
But
But
it's also a pocket knife.
And it glows in the dark for some reason.
Yes.
And one of those sticky hands that comes off the back that you can slap against the wall.
Guys, we're not designing a Tesla here. Come on. Reasonable.
I feel like these should be like Dinos or Cosmo Crunch.
Ooh,
Or-
Cosmo Crunch.
Or
That sounds like some shit
it's
I would
got
buy.
all of our pictures on it called Kosmosaurs
Love it.
because we're heroes.
But it's Cosmo O, like with the O,
Yeah.
like the
Mhm.
round thing. Stores, yeah. Because there's the meteors and the dinosaurs are the marshmallows, and the rest of it's just
Yeah.
like the little O's.
Yep.
It's a full experience in
Yeah.
a box.
And a balanced breakfast.
It is. Great mouth.
Camera sweeps back to that grizzled executive who has still that very glassy, bored look of disdain, and you could just see him kind of hungering for corporate profits. In exchange for your cooperation, we will supply you with a lifetime supply of those sponge knife sticky hand toys that you can use to fuel your missions.
Yeah, we're in. We're all the way
Now
in.
scented.
Can I also get a bag of candy corns? Ooh, and black licorice, please.
Mhm.
I will check with R&D. I believe the best I can promise is a bag of crispy marshmallows designed to float in your cereal.
Fair enough.
R&D. Are you fucking Willy Wonka?
We take our cereal very seriously at Grain Corps.
All right, let's do it. Let's find these nasty drugs
All right.
that are
Mhm.
destroying the
With that, the
nutritional balance of children.
exactly the monitor blips out, and so camera like directly drills in towards you as you set the scene there, Cogs. So with that, all of your dinosaurs have various skills and skill sets about how to kind of set out the dragnet in that kind of 80s action style, figuring out where these drugs are coming from and then how to eliminate that source.
I think I got this one. So one of the things that I am good at is I just put down fishing, and I would like to combine that with the fact that I have a what do you call it, data pad, to say that I am going to go data fishing for information that might help lead us to this nasty ring of hardworking, all-American, probably tax-paying, good citizen drug dealers. Sorry, I wanted to characterize them
Oh, I love the fact that
accurately.
you're spelling fish with basically PH. So that is great. Since you're really putting this as a broad shot instead of doing like a targeted spear fishing, I'm actually going to have you roll for this. So go ahead, and for you, that's going to be your Cosmo 3, and then since you got the data pads, it'd be 4. But since it is difficult, it's going to be a -1 since you have a direct target. So you're going to be doing 3d6 and picking the minus
All
die.
right, so that's 2 and 3. So I hope to freaking that's the third one. 3. That's not great.
So you send out a bunch of fish trying to recruit. What is the subject line of the email that you are sending out?
No prescription needed penis whitening pills.
So
Why
would you
want
get
to
as many
that?
clicks?
Why would you want to bleach a butthole? It's the color that God.
Why would you want to polish your cloaca? You know,
Yeah, that's
So-
the one.
Nailed it.
So that is a failure, but the failure from 2 to 3 offers new opportunities. One person does fall for your fish and provides all their personal information, and you find that they are some type of interstellar explorer. And when you pull up their information on your computer system, you see that they've recently registered a complaint about a spaceship slamming into a planet that shouldn't be on the maps anywhere.
That sounds pretty cool.
Is there any way to get any sort of coordinates so we can head over that way?
Want me to have another whack at the data pad with my
So you don't.
3 dice of perilous rolling?
I mean, possibly.
Well, it doesn't have the exact coordinates. It's kind of a generic complaint, but you have the contact information as well as 3 order requests for the boner whitening pills.
Well, I'll send those right over to
Again.
I'll send those over to the fulfillment department. We'll get our warehouse boys on it.
What's the name of the boner whitening pill?
Mm.
If you want, there is a table here for names.
Ooh.
If you want to just roll me 2D, D66, I'll tell you.
All right. That would be a 35.
Barrier.
See the
Barrier boner whitening pills. Also part of this complete breakfast. A series of lucky strikes.
We missed
the
the
whitening isn't
easiest
actually a
Michael
process
Jackson
that
joke.
happens. It's not something that happens to the skin. It's more like mummification, where it yeah. But that boner will last a long
Is that one?
long time.
Is that
It's
one of those things that you have to
fossilized
send in
now.
like 25 box tops to get
For
it?
your
Or...
boner whitening pills?
Yes, yeah. And I would also like to point out that dinosaur boner is the first dinosaur pun of the evening. If we had our counter up, we would.
Sign dinosaur boner
yeah.
open for the
Yeah.
Melvins.
Oh! And they were playing, and they were playing with Allosaurus and
Ooh,
James.
love it. So, do you want to contact this person directly to try to gain more information, or try to surmise where this area might be based on their kind of initial intergalactic police report?
Let's do the police report first and then go interrogate. I feel like that, like, get base knowledge, then go ask questions, because then we might know more from the base knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, can we
So,
triangulate where from the police report is whereabouts this incident was?
So, you actually someone make that as a rule, because it's a little bit challenging doing this complex astronavigation and telemetry per se of trying to triangulate a moving planetoid based off of a pretty shaky police
I have
report.
astro
Who wants
navigation.
Ooh.
Well, boy, howdy.
So that is I've got a 3 in my Cosmo, so that's 3 dice, and take the top 2.
And then it's just going plus, since astronavigation is one of your tops, it's going to be 46, and you're going to pick your top, your best result. If you get multiple sixes, then you get a boon.
Beautiful. Oh, that's 5, 4, and 2 3s.
All right. So you have so you find on your report where this area is. It looks to be like the area is somewhat beyond this moving planetoid or like a large asteroid. The report says as they were kind of going around the gravity well to try to kind of slingshot into hyperdrive, they instead got pulled into a different gravity well and crash landed on a planet. They had to bail out on kind of an emergency pod before they crashed, and they reported seeing weird infrastructure on the surface of the planet. It's kind of obscured by toxic, hazy
It is an orc battle moon.
fumes.
I knew it.
Then there were So you can kind of roughly figure out where the area is, since but that is a partial success. So that is you get that at a cost. What's the cost that it takes to get this valuable information?
Being cost. Go ahead.
What
I
about
was
like
gonna say it. Well, I don't want to curse us. Like I was going to say something that would really probably bone us, so never mind.
No,
But,
they want to.
Dino bonus?
Yeah, dino bonus.
Dino bonus.
Yeah, let's say it blows out our like intersystem hyperdrive. So we're stuck in this general vicinity until we get that fixed or can fix it ourselves.
So you're actually just going there, not just looking up information. You're just raw dogging going there. Because if so,
We're dinos.
that is a great complication. All right. So that is great. So you kind of like slingshot yourself perfectly through hyperdrive. You have that beautiful set of frames that's always used for every time you go through hyperdrive, with like the white beams going past and the hold on to your butts or whatever catchphrase you say. You zip into.
If I may, the kids don't notice, but it's actually the
please.
same 8 to 10 seconds of animation that we use like literally every episode to just cut that runtime down a little more.
Exactly.
What's the catchphrase?
Yep.
Hold on to your clothes.
Great.
That's
Bring
two.
your cloacas, or plug
Three.
your cloacas. We're going in.
Close up the one hole.
So you slingshot yourself into this planetoid. It's very small and pockmarked, is hit by countless debris. What's really strange about it is that as you aren't able to break and you just smash your ship across the surface of this, that there are strange metal spires that are sticking out of this, almost like this is a large bristly hedgehog. They crackle very strange energies, and you can see bolts of energy arcing from one to the other all the way around, and it makes all of your teeth stand on edge.
Is any of us like the Science-saurus? I'm like a dino medic, but I don't think I
Now,
have,
I'm like an ADHD skater. I have nothing to offer here. So.
Okay, well,
I got nothing.
we'll do
I've
our
got
best.
engineering.
We'll do our best.
Yeah.
That's good. That's sciencey.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. Good. That means we can go check out strange energy, or like hopefully get hit and mutated by it or something. I don't
Science
know.
some shit for us.
I would like to
Yeah.
science.
As you go and you start to science this, you have your typical montage of 4 to 5 seconds to be looking very intense and bashing a data pad and then like adjusting your bifocals, even though you don't wear bifocals on the usual.
And transferring things from one finger to another.
Yeah, and a microscope,
All doing all of the sciencing.
All the zippers, all at once, one after another, each uniform, different
All of
color.
Lab coat
So,
over lab
like,
coat.
do we have different colors, Ian?
We should get those for the show. We really should.
I still
Do
mess
like a-
with that.
Do like a ghost Ghostbusters type look for us for the
Good hat.
cast. John will keep back
He's not
against it, but
We've got our campaign series coming next year. So through your sciencing, you're able to deduce that these are dark matter attractors. They're siphoning dark matter throughout the universe and are broadcasting it elsewhere.
whoa.
That doesn't sound good, guys. I know there's drugs abound, and we should probably get all that taken care of. But dark matter doesn't seem like it'd be a good thing to have around either. Handful of canned corn, shovel it into his mouth.
You know, there's that dinosaur saying, where there's dark matter, there's drugs.
I did read that in the bathroom one time. You're right.
Mhm.
Do you know what percent of the
wrote
universe
it
is
there,
supposedly made of dark matter? That saying is
Most of it.
awesome. Like,
So your ship has sustained 1 damage from the direct crash landing on it. It's still serviceable, but it's one of the things where if you keep bashing your ship it's going to lead to problems. You have at least 2 more damage that you can receive before you start running into more critical errors.
And you said we've crash landed, so we're on the surface of the planetoid, all that stuff. Okay.
But we're wearing
That's
dinosaur
correct.
spacesuits. It's awesome.
Are we zero gravity now? Is this...
Well, it's a planet.
The gravity is low enough where you still adhere to the planetoid, but you get to do the fun bounciness.
Hell yeah.
It's a little bit like the moon if the moon was very much more pockmarked and full of dark matter attractors studded all over the planetoid like an evil hedgehog.
So are they just sticking stuff out of the ground like just like a knitting needle just up out of the ground? Weird. Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else we see around aside from these spires?
That seems to be the most of it. So from here, you can get vantage points from all around the planetoid to get views of the cosmos around you. But you notice that as you're kind of peering beyond this forest of these metal spires, that your vision's very blurry. The dark matter seems to be being broadcast on like the sidereal south of this place, as if it's intentionally causing a lot of haze in one area of your field of vision.
Well, that's cloaking something. I'd say that's where we need to go poke our snouts.
Should I shoot at it?
Yeah.
I assume a lot of guns, being a munitions expert of the group, and there's a thing that I could blow it up.
It might be a little hasty.
You do have a spine-mounted Gatling gun.
Yeah, do it.
Oh my.
Yes,
Well-
my spine has a Gatling gun, you see.
Well,
It's not just for show.
What if it's a friendly pterodactyl or something? I mean,
Why would a friendly pterodactyl cloak itself?
Precisely.
They're hiding something.
maybe that friendly pterodactyl is having some alone time, you know? I don't
Are you saying it's winking it?
Yeah, that's also my question. I would also like to know that question.
furiously with its little claw wings, both hands getting into the action. like,
Okay.
it's really good.
Brought to you by Barrier. Dino Enhancement.
And Lucky Strike. Nothing's better after a good crank off than a Lucky.
Actually, that is a good point. Being that we are a Saturday morning breakfast cartoon episode, this is a perfect thing of like this is kind of a cliffhanger. There's something mysterious. Better break away to our first commercial break. As like a quick 30-second aside, what are the 2 commercials that play for our impressionable audience, and what are the items being hawked?
Oh man,
one
the
of
Labor Day
them-
sale.
Yeah.
The local broadcast Labor Day sale mattress store that oddly picked children's programming time to air its commercial on. But it's there in case you have a job, you 12-year-old, and you want a king-size mattress at low prices.
This is very true because when I was a kid at our local station during children's broadcasting hour was advertisements for Stanley Kahn, the law offices of Stanley Kahn, in case you as an 8-year-old really needed to lawyer up for a personal injury lawyer, Stanley Kahn.
All right, and the other one is a ad that is disguised as a public service announcement. Like the Milk Council got away with a lot of this shit in the 80s, where it was like, eat more cheese, brought to you by the government and the Milk Council. It was so but this one is let's say eat more butter. So it's like talking about the wonders of butter and how you should put it on everything.
Butters.
Brought to you by the Butter Council.
Good good fats.
That's like a Dino Pauline.
Oh.
Stick of butter in their little talons.
Little racist balance. Yeah.
All right, great. So as it snaps back after the commercial break, of course, it replays the last 15 seconds that you've done, which is should I hit it with my cannon? It's like, no, it could be something friendly, but yet mysterious. And then the action resumes.
They're
All
not
right,
just for
I have a
show.
feeling-
It should just cut to him just blowing it up.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right. So are you shooting your spine cannon in the direction of the field of vision that is blurred or towards the spine sticking out
Oh,
of the
don't
ground?
do that.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
Or do. I mean, short game tonight.
Why not both?
Short game tonight. We blew ourselves up, igniting a galaxy's worth of dark matter. It is a converter.
But did
for
I
fuck's
get the bad guy?
sake. You got all the bad guys and the good. You got all
100%
you got all
success
the
rate.
guys. Yeah.
Which
cows,
means I win.
binary
That's how you
cult,
play
yeah.
chess. All right. So was the consensus the tower because I don't want to blow up the dark matter?
No. The consensus was the shimmery spot
Yeah.
because
The haze.
Hit the shimmer.
yeah, shooting
Okay,
at the
thank you.
tower might be.
So you are shooting. So you point your spine in the direction of this large shimmery area in the distance, and you just unload your salvo. Your spine just jostles, clacks together loudly. It's magnified, yet muffled by being in this zero G or a low G environment, pushing you further and further back, and you make this giant mound of space dust behind you as you're firing wildly, and nothing seems to happen. You're just firing basically off the side of the moon into the void that's just very blurry. Don't hear any explosions, no reports.
That's
Just
exactly what my dog
nothing.
does, barking. Just like act nothing, no results. Repeat, into the void.
Well, I don't see a point in going that direction.
That's-
So ruled that out.
If we can't shoot it, the hell with it.
I'm sure that won't come back and bite us in the ass.
Nah.
Oh, was that a dinosaur joke? Chalk up another one.
What do you mean, ass? Sir.
Bite us in the
Cloaca.
tail. Then
Bite us in the
dinosaurs.
cloaca. Bite us in the cloaca.
Bite us in the
Yeah,
cloaca.
that's 4. Marking it for 4.
Cloaca. Ticking up there.
So, do we go towards the haze or do we?
It seems like our only destination. I mean, I don't see,
Yeah.
like we're not
Well-
going to shimmy up one of these like electric knitting needle things. I don't think anything productive is going to happen. Although if we get too bored, it might be fun to get our giblets roasted. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's intrepidly troop our way into the hazy area.
Watch out.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't turn out that it's not like a haze, but is actually like a problem with our eyes, and we're just gonna go blind by getting too close to some sort of radioactive mineral that we didn't know about.
So, to clarify, that police report that you had received earlier were crashing into kind of unknown, uncharted planet that was near this planetoid that you are currently on that seems to be basically in the direction of where that haze is. So you will be needing to get into your ship and head into that, like the fog of war.
Okay.
Oh,
The
okay.
thing I
And
shot
I-
at, right? That thing?
Yes. You
Can I
That's where you guys wanna
do repairs on the ship then? While we're firing off into
It's
hazy space?
we don't need the hyperdrive because it's right near the planetoid, from what I understood. So it's just like a planetoid to planet jump.
so we can
but-
creep up on. Got it.
Yeah. But we will need to fix the hyperdrive before leaving for other parts of the galaxy or whatever.
Okay. All right. Well,
So yeah, and by the way, Pashki, that means you were just shooting at a planet.
yeah.
Dude.
It's like, all right.
Hey. Now we know.
Goddamn some bitch, Mars is up tonight.
As we're loading up, can I be the last one to load up and take this little sticky bomb that I have and I've been kind of fucking with this whole time, and I want to put it on one of the spires, and I want to set it to detonate.
No,
Precisely at the point that we are launched off planet.
You got
I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's a terrible idea. You should go for it.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen an explosion since we landed. But
Neither have I.
Yes,
True.
absolutely.
Okay. So
What could possibly go wrong?
So I'm going to take this wad of candy corn that's half chewed in my mouth, and I'm going to actually smash it onto the side of this, what I could only imagine is a fire extinguisher mixed with parts of an easy bake oven.
A microwave fish.
Yes, the mackerel that Cogs had together, and I just kind of had it smushed together, and I put it up against the thing. I pull the pin on the fire extinguisher, which is actually now the detonating system, and I'm going to scurry into the ship.
I love that as you're trying to scurry as fast as your little meth loft can. You're just on a slightly slow G, so you're like kicking up all this dirt and going as fast. You're like looking over your shoulder, like watching like your chewed candy corn like kind of drip and like slowly drop the bomb, like adding to the tension. You get right in time. Your ship pulls off. And of course, the camera zooms out and does the zoom out and zoom in as you propel yourself forward, and the explosion just billows out behind you. You see, as you look through your ship's port, that explosion is just arcing from one tower to another, and it just puts this wash of fire across the planetoid. As it does that, simultaneously you get this crash zoom from the front of the ship, and you see that wall of haze that was kind of obscuring your vision just melts away, and you see this sickly green orb of a planet. There are these noxious gases in the orbit that kind of just are swiftly moving around. And you see kind of sticking out, jutting out of this is a large crashed spaceship that looks very alien in origin, perhaps where all these toxic fumes are emitting from. Where are you piloting the ship?
Before we get to that, I kind of pictured that I have my face up against the window. You can see like the little breath like fogging it up. I'm watching the explosion, just all yes, that's fucking nice. And then I kind of look up and I'm like, oh, guys! And then I scurry off to the pilot's seat.
Yeah, I'm driving this thing.
Oh shit! Sorry. Autopilot off.
Well, do we
What
wanna,
are the rest of you?
I'm like praying to Dino Zeus that the consequences of blowing all that shit doesn't catch up to us.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm hitting on the console with a hammer. It's not helping anything, but it's better. It's best just not to tell me that. So it's keeping me busy for a while.
And I'm hitting on a console, but for different reasons. Hi there. You got some nice panels there. Nice and shiny. It's basically just my reflection.
Saxophone in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I love the space age dumbass trope. Like, saying that we're intelligent dinosaurs might be overstating the case.
They were just
bit.
smart.
I'm not playing as you guys.
Good.
And that's the beauty of playing a Saturday morning breakfast cartoon style game, is that you're able to change this game to whatever your group likes best.
Yeah.
Because there are everywhere from like the relatively pretty intelligent G.I. Joe archetypes to like He-Man and other things, but they're not really the brightest, but somehow they still manage to save the day.
Yep.
So stay tuned, kids, because we're definitely here to save the galaxy.
100%.
So as you are pushing towards this diseased planet, where are you piloting the ship, landing, or any other types of actions you're wanting to do to get information or reconnaissance or other things that may help
Yeah,
the
I'm wanting
mission?
to that alien ship. I think we should land, assuming we have hazard suits that will withstand the noxious
You
atmosphere.
need hazard
and
suits for
go...
dinosaurs. Just throw yourself in there. It'll be fine.
I
we're
think we could,
dinosaurs.
We can do whatever we want.
We at least have to put a fishbowl over her head.
And
But
that attitude is what led to the.
I
damn
watched
extinction.
Jabberjaw. Great whites are technically dinosaurs, and they were fine in space.
That checks out.
yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah, you can't.
Yep. Are alligators and crocodiles? Were they? No, they weren't around at the same time as dinosaurs.
I think their
I can't
ancestors
imagine
were.
they
Oh,
Or
yeah.
were they? I don't know. Yeah.
Which was just basically them, but bigger.
So
yeah.
yeah. Some of them were other stuff, but bigger, and I don't know.
So I'm hearing that you're just wanting to land the ship and by the alien ship. Is
Sure.
that the course of action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
Let's do
else?
Maybe we can find stuff to fix our
Yes, we can do some
hyperdrive
shopping.
No, I
You know.
fixed it. I think it's fine.
As you are, the occasional pilot, and you're coming into this very noxious atmosphere. It's buffeting the under bit of the ship, and it's causing it to be a little more difficult to steer than normal. I'd like you to go ahead and make me a piloting roll, so that would be 3d6, considering the negative modifier, just to make sure you can land without another crash, unless, as you like explosions,
As
you
much as I
intentionally
like
air crash.
explosions, I also like living. So, ooh, that's a 6, a 2, and a 1.
All right, so you perfectly land down the ship as close or as far away as you want to this weird alien ship. How close do you want to be?
Close enough to spacewalk over a commercial
We can't
break.
kind of overlap them a little bit, put them together.
Oh, can we?
I think that's called like crashing into it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like docking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying not to
Tip
say
of our
docking,
ship
were you?
and the tip of their ship, and then they go
Yeah.
together,
Right.
and the thing goes over for an air seal.
Brought to you by Barrier.
yeah.
Dino Enhancement. Why? How
Your
does your
friend.
ship get such a white hull? Well, great. So you pull your ship down where you can either extend an umbilicus out or you can do your spacewalk. The weird green hazes and gases consolidate around the external, around your hull, and your ship's warning system for life support detects that there is a high amount of drugs in the atmosphere.
Oh,
And
And then an
yeah.
obligatory pixelated picture of Nancy Reagan pops up saying, "Winners don't do drugs."
seeing all these drugs, I picture myself with a vest, like just like a. It's a vest, fuck. But underneath, it's a dare shirt.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
but instead
Yeah.
of being drug awareness, it's a Dinosaurs are rad.
Is it
Eh?
one of those like embroidered? Is it like a? Is it an embroidered vest, like with the floral embroidery on it that was very prominent in the late 80s, early 90s?
It's got to be that jazz font, but in red for Dare.
Mm.
Yes.
that
And my
Dare,
grandmama made me that vest.
that Dare slogan shirt, that should be our first shirt on the
T-shirt.
market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are rad, eh?
All right. Then, as you get this kind of critical information and you're dramatically getting a view through this foggy haze, it does snap us to our second commercial break as a 30-second interlude. What are the two products, and what is the scene that plays out for, again, impressionable and yet economically advantaged
Did you
viewing
almost say
audience?
Hoggy Phase?
He did. I could hear it.
So,
That was
one of the products has to be called Hoggy Phase now.
What
It's
is that?
It
What is
is the
Hoggy Phase?
must-have toy this Christmas /
Mhm.
Hanukkah / Kwanzaa / Ramadan /
Hogswatch.
yeah, etc.
Hugs.
Yeah, and it's a just kind of a weird lumping plastic toy that makes funny sounds when you poke it, and it's different lumps. Like one of them, you poke it and it goes, and then another one you poke it and it goes. Yeah, that's why it's.
I mean, we want to
called
say that this
Hoggy
is
Phase,
nothing
you know?
like Hoggy Phase spelled differently, which was the Animorphs knockoff where people just became pigs. Like that was
Spirited
totally
Away.
different.
Was it you that posted that GIF of the person with the Animorphs cover of the person turning into a dolphin, or
An orca.
a meme of it or whatever?
Yeah, going after the yachts. Yeah.
I don't know how, but like Animorphs just completely passed me by. Like I was not aware of their existence until pretty recently. so-
Same, but I'm obsessed now because it's fascinating stuff.
The second product placement is
Hey kids, it's me, the star of the show. Obviously,
Mattress King.
I wanted to have a long talk with you about something that's very important to me, and it's donating blood. That's right. Go down to your local blood shelter and tell them you want to save someone's life today. I myself once nicked myself shaving and nearly died. It was for blown donors like you that saved my life. Because he's a dinosaur.
Brought to you
I
by
only
Corn Blood Industries. Blood for the blood god.
Yes. And then the little jingle. It matters not from where it flows, from out your butt, out your nose.
I'm so glad to hear this jingle. That I have lived long enough in my life to hear Cornite propaganda. That's a corporate jingle. That is the best thing. Next to your 30s, like Wax Thunder singing voice. Man. Wondrous. So we snap back to the dramatic music that was just swelling with that kind of eerie sound effects. As the hoggy phase is going around the viewport. And in that, I should say, in that foggy haze are some hoggy phases, or at least something that resembles that toy, as there are weird mounds of slime that hold weird flared ray guns. They seem to be patrolling the outside of this ship.
Oh, I guess that's the crew probably.
I'm
of
saying
that
guns.
ship.
That's clearly a threat. We should probably take them out.
Now, as a
Locked and
relevant
loaded.
aside, how many people remember from the mid-90s Chex Quest, or the first video game distributed in boxes of cereals by the
No.
Kellogg
I don't.
Corporation?
No.
What system was it for?
Now that surprises me because I feel like this game is making a reference to that I'm using in this game. You can look up Chex Quest. They actually recently released it as Chex Quest HD, but it was a Doom rebuild, so it would be appropriate for all audiences, where you're fighting the Flemoid with breakfast nutrition. So you have like a hyper spoon that you can zorch a flemoid and various zorchers, the like little remotes that zap them. Anywho, you can quickly identify these strange things as one of the big dangers of the universe. It is a minion of the slime lords. These things hate normal bodied creatures and are very much involved with the underbelly of the galactic empire. They are the ruthless drug pushers, the racketeers, organized crime, etc., and etc.
It sounds like my kind of people.
You
honestly.
see that. Well, good, because there's now an attachment of them that are moving towards the ship. There are 4 of them.
Do we want to talk to them or no? They're the minions of the.
Yeah, we already know they're
Thingamajig,
gonna hate
so,
us.
Like,
Just
I
wipe
don't
them
know.
out.
Yeah, I guess we do combat. Do we do it
Should-
ship to like we blast them with the ship, or do we have to get out and actually like tussle?
Weren't we spacewalking over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
can
yeah,
get back in
true.
and shoot
All
at
right,
them
time
from
to tussle. then.
Get back, come on, guys, come on, get in here.
Nah,
Come on, where's your
let's-
sense of
let's
adventure?
just
Let's
tussle.
just bust our way in, start shooting, take the supplies we need, fix our ship, and get the drugs.
And sell the drug. No, don't sell drugs.
Oh, I
Wars don't do drugs.
You could sell the drugs, we just
Yeah.
can't do them.
or
No,
we
dinosaurs
keep
don't
them.
do drugs. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Safe.
So, one of you intrepid dinosaurs, roll me initiative, which is basically drop me a d6. And then I'm going to do
I'm
round
rolling
robin.
shit tonight.
All
so
right.
only you can do it.
Wait, did Bridget roll?
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
A 4. So as you are pulling out your weapons to bear, so are they. These very kind of comically Marvin the Martian style flared ray guns. And both of your parties act at the same time, firing off your various salvos and doing your actions. So I'm going to start from the top and moving to the bottom. So that first in initiative is Cogs.
Alrighty. I am going to open fire with a sniper rifle.
All right, so you see one of these slime lords. I'm just gonna, is scuffling in your direction. So you fire at it. So go ahead and then make me your attack roll, which is based on your SAR. So that would be 3d6.
Okay. Yeah. 2d6. Alrighty.
3d6, since you have a lawn scope rifle, it gives you a +1 die and 2 for your
Oh
SAR.
yeah. Cool. Let's see. I've got 1 6 and 1 6 and a 4.
All right.
But the highest one out of the 3 was 6.
So that is a solid hit. You do 1 point of damage to it, and you watch it burst as like a very rotten grate put into a zero G environment very quickly. Next in initiative is you, Cutter.
Cutter's not made for combat hand to hand. All he really has is like a omni tool, which I think is basically like a souped up Leatherman. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna fiddle through this omni tool, try to find the knife part.
Fish to scaler.
Yeah, no fish scaler. No, that's a corkscrew. I'm in later now. Pocket knife, and he's just gonna try to swipe at him with the pocket knife portion of it.
All right. So go ahead and make your attack. So for you, that is also going to be 3d.
Okay.
Okay. 5, a 3, and a 1.
You so as you throw yourself out, you kind of hyperextend, like you really have to stab deep with the fish to scaler. So you leave yourself open to it, but you just rend this thing, just rip it and pop it to bottom. It makes a kind of warbly sound as it splits in two, and you see that the slime lord minions coming up behind don't seem phased at all by their friend being ripped in half.
And you said they had like a blasters or pistols or something? As it's being split apart, can I grab that so I have a weapon? Or is that my action? Attacking.
That is your action for the first round, but the next round you can pick that up and try to use it against them.
All right. I am going to throw a smoke bomb.
You also switch into your best bat dino voice.
Shit.
Instead of Batman, because you wouldn't be a man.
Smoke bomb.
I love it. So you throw a smoke bomb, and you see the clouds billowing and mixing with the strange drug haze, and it seems to be making a strange chemical reaction that was very unexpected. What chemical reaction is happening?
I think that it is. It's making it like an acidic foam that kind of burns anything it lands on.
Ooh.
Oh, great. Is that spreading towards your companions as well? Or because you have Cutter in the fray?
Yeah, Cutter's smart. He can avoid it.
Okay.
Let's hope.
Great. We'll do that. All right. So you see this explode, this reaction. I'm going to resolve that last since everything's happening at once because I think it's going to have a pretty spectacular effect. Rex, as you are kind of in the reader of this, watching this play out, what is your course of action? You're also seeing this foam spreading out.
So, do I have any incendiary rounds of some nature? Do I? I don't see them.
Can he have some?
Please?
Please, sir. Can he have some incendiaries?
Come on, mommy. Please.
Just this once.
Absolutely.
All right. So I would like to light them up with incendiary rounds, please.
Yeah. Let's see what that does to the phone.
And Cutter.
I was going to say, Cutter is in the direction of the toxic burning foam plus your incendiary rounds.
Cutter will be fine.
Okay. Cutter, look.
All right.
If this is a Saturday morning cartoon, Cutter can't die from this. Cutter might get scorched. Cutter might have an anvil fall on him.
Cutter might be in the
gonna make
infirmary.
it.
On page 15, there is a picture of a dinosaur space funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the MacGuffin characters that get killed off, which Cutter's not. Right? Right?
We'll find out on this episode of Kosmosaur. All right. Do whatever action you're wanting to do. We'll see how it plays
search
out.
for Spock after this. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
The search for Captain.
Yeah.
All right, so do I roll 2d6, 1d6, 20d6?
20.
You are going to be rolling. That's 5d6 for you.
Oh, child.
That is so many D6.
Man.
Three, 4, 5. I was gonna make that a goof where I slowly pick out dice. So I was like, I'm already annoyed by this. All right, 3, 1, 3, 6, 2.
All right, so you got one success. So that means you do a solid hit against one of them, utterly annihilating it. So their turn is going to be happening, and then we'll resolve the talk home. So there is a salvo of these blasts that come out as both of all your actions are happening simultaneously. Each one of you are going to be making me a a SAR defense roll. If you have something to modify that, either based on your species or personal characteristic, you're able to do that. I will say that Cutter, you have -1 die from what happened this round with your mixed success.
So I roll 1 die then.
That's correct. What? Yep. Oh yeah, that is true. Yep. All right. So on your sheet towards the bottom, that you have your defend matrix. Let me know how much damage your character is taking. That is equal. So the damage that you take. This is going to be physical damage. So if the damage you take is going to be subtracted, basically, your hit points that you have is equal to your SAR. So we'll start off the top. Cogs, how much damage did you take?
We take the high number on this.
Yes.
4.
So you rolled the 4?
Yeah. I rolled.
Okay. So on the table, that's a closeness. So that means that you barely move out of the way, but you kind of hyperextend yourself. So that means your next defense roll is -D6. We can adjudicate this roll by roll. If that's easier for everyone. Connor, what was the highest?
I rolled
you
a
have 1 die. What did you roll?
I took 2 damage.
All right. Yeah. So you eat it and you eat it hard. So you try to tumble out of the way of this blast and you just cartwheel into the burning acid foam, and you just kind of what happens to your spacesuit and to
as I'm
your
cartwheeling
body?
into the space or into the foam and all that stuff. The suit is just basically just flaking off and melting away. And as it starts to get to my part of the body, you see like random bits of like Skittles and Werther's Originals and those little strawberry candies that you would get with like the jelly in the middle.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
Delicious, by the way. I don't care. Root beer barrels, all that stuff just seems to be just like billowing out of the holes of the spacesuit. And
it's delicious.
all you see, absolutely, and then everything melts away except for just the logo of the Dare shirt, just kind of
as a quick interjection, because there's always that dramatic pause on the Saturday breakfast cartoons when like a character gets injured and everyone's trying to assess like, is it lethal? You can in this game permanently, well, you can temporarily lose one of your items to negate your damage if you want, unless you intentionally want to take it and be taken out of the scene for a bit. Do you want to lose your Omni tool or one of your sticky bombs in the process of this, or do you want to
come back as a
that
force
damage?
Or
That is his choice. You can choose to die and come back in a different way. In like that case, lose gear. What's the max?
I think what I'm going to do is as it's starting to eat away at the spacesuit, still all the candies are going out. I'm going to one of my sticky bombs is going to kind of float off. Is there a way that I could detonate said sticky bomb as it's floating towards the ship? Not our ship, not the good ship, the evil ship.
I will yes, but then you're going to be out of sticky bombs until you're able to make new ones on the ship, taking time.
I accept your terms and conditions.
I think that's fair.
Okay. So you let this bomb fly out, and we'll resolve that at the beginning of the next turn. Pink, tell me about what you rolled, your best dodge roll.
My best one was a 6.
So you have read your Way of the Ninja book so many times. You give some type of pithy ninja and or bat dino reference as you sidestep out of the way.
I say under my breath, I am silent, I am the night.
Love it. It's so close to like a Darkwing Duck
Getting there.
reference, Darkwing Dino.
Let's get dangerous.
I need a hat.
Love it. Rex, love it. What was your best dodge roll?
My best dodge roll was a 5. Which
So you also stumble out of the way. You miss that attack when there's like blast going right past you, but then it leaves you a little bit awkward. So your next defense roll is minus D6. Fiery acid foam expands from the bomb or the smoke bomb that is released. The other 2 minions are washed away and just melted away. The bomb that you had sent sailing towards the ship. So imagining this ship is a little bit like from kind of like the Geiger-esque ship from Alien, and I'm assuming you're blasting it towards the hull of one of the 2 kind of prong ends. So you blast off the end of that, leaving a giant crater. You see standing in the coming out of the hole like a big hulking brute. He's wearing like slime armor across his slime body, like it's just congealed phlegm across his gross snotty body. And you see he's holding like something that looks like a cannon just ripped off of a pirate ship. This comically large, huge bore thing that it's just now putting over its shoulder, and it's just trembling towards you. Or I guess
First
squelching
rumble of
towards
the
you.
night.
Yeah. And it's a brisk tromble, I bet.
It's moist
trouble. Well, seeing this guy, my Chloe Titans.
Number 5.
Up again.
So you, as this thing is moving towards you, you have a breach point that you can move into the ship. You also have this big hulking danger that's coming towards you. Top of the initiative, Cogs.
All right. I have my long scope gun. I would like to take a shot at that big, burly, bestial brute.
Great. So since he's wearing this kind of crusty armor around him, it's going to subtract 1 die from your dice pool that you're rolling.
And because it was +1 die for the long scope, that just leaves it at
You're rolling
2.
2 for correct.
I did roll a 6.
There we go. So you do a solid hit. You plink him, and it just burns right through his phlegm. If it had some type of expression other than just constantly roaring phlegm, you're not sure. Maybe there's a little bit of a flinch. It keeps ambling towards you, just goopy, and it's just squelching over the bodies of its dead
Squelchy trouble.
minions. I have to think about all the other types of way to say perambulate in the grossest fashion possible. Cutter, you've lost a significant amount of your essential candies and your sticky bombs,
Yes,
and bits of your suit. Hulking brute come towards you, and you're the first in the fray because you have your fish scaler somehow still in your
Was there
grip.
a blaster from the oozes previously?
Yes, you were going to pick one of those up.
I would like to pick one of
you
those
can-
up, and I would like to fire at the phlegm astronaut. The phlegm astronaut.
Slime Lord.
Slime Lord.
Technical Slime Lord. This one would be like a kind of like a standard, like a brute style. So go ahead and you can make this as a SAR roll. Now, for all of you, don't forget, if you have a modifier that is related to your species and or your characters that also may help on these, make sure that you add those. Otherwise, go ahead and make your shot with your snot rifle.
All right. That's a 6 and a 2.
You also get a good shot against this. As you fire into it, like you also plug a big hole. It looks to be like it's struggling holding the cannon now. it is still advancing towards you, and you know that you're going to get a point blank shot from this giant cannon unless someone takes the sound before its turn. So that puts a lot of responsibility on you,
Yeah,
Pink,
but
since you
lucky
are
for me, I've
next.
got some throwing knives. I do. So
You
I'm
do.
gonna give it a go and try to throw some knives over there.
All right. Go ahead and make your roll.
2 1s and a 6.
All right. So you also get a clean hit. You throw one of these daggers like right into where a sternum would be in a normal creature, and it makes a weird squishing sound, like as if you just took a rotten grapefruit in your fist and clenched as hard as possible. That is what happens to a body. That's the sound it makes. It just kind of melts. The cannon falls with a loud, dull thud, and you can see that the pathway to inside the ship is clear. You know that your mission from here is clear. You need to detonate the ship and just to destroy the drug factory and prevent the
But after
cereal
the source
market from
first, right?
collapsing. Who wants? That is correct. Who's going to go in first?
I'm doing pretty well. I'll head in first.
All right. So as you go into this breach point that was made from that bomb, you can see that the inside of the ship is just covered in phlegm. You can see that there is like an 1 to 2 inch in various globs across the floor from where the slime lords have been pacing back and forth. The inside of the ship is also just uncomfortably ribbed, like dried flesh, almost kind of like material that's been hardened with weird wires and diodes through it. Air smells foul in here, but at least it's not that drug haze, hoggy phase that was outside. And you can see that the passageway goes in front of you like a curved corridor, but then it trifurcates into 3
I
different
just realized that we
pathways.
killed all the slime lords without giving like a musical sting. We should have done that for the cartoon. Like anytime it showed up on screen, done like slime lords with like the guitar slide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Bridget, this is episode
Love
4 of this mission. What we cut out, because this is the abridged version, was the 3 or 4 episodes of us just charging our weapons and firing with doing nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
Yep. Yep.
So we have 3 pathways, 3 possible pathways, you say?
That's correct.
We want to split the party.
Yeah, it's getting to be about that time. Let's split the party.
All right, bye guys. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go to see what their kitchen's like since ours is garbage. I don't know.
I said I was sorry about that.
He looks.
Okay, so who's going down corridor number 1 or on the left?
Oh,
I'll do
sure.
it.
I hope that.
Okay, so we have Cogs and Rex.
I'll go.
Who's going down the
directly
middle?
down the center.
All right, we have Pink. So that means that Cutter is going to be on the right. So starting with the left and then moving towards the right, Cog and Rex, as you're going down this corridor, you see that there's decidedly less snot and phlegm on the floor. And you see that this area begins to extend into what looks like must have been like a med bay or something, or some type of tech bay. A lot of equipment has been gutted out of here. There are sparking wires. There are ripped monitors off the floor, kind of thrown down. And there's that kind of actinic smell of like burning ozone in here.
Well, it looks like all the useful stuff was already ripped out here. So, any other way through this room? Is there like another door on the other side, or is this a dead end?
It's a dead end, but when you look up, you can see there is a very large ventilation shaft above you that seems to run up and heads
Ashley.
diagonal.
You see, the problem is I have
It's an Allosaurus.
this thing on my back, and that's an Allosaurus is from my brief recollection, and the picture in my document looks to be kind of like a big guy. I don't think I can. Charles, I appreciate you so much letting me know there's an air shaft, but I can't. I can't this time, buddy. I can't wah my way into that thing.
All right. And I have no interest in worming my way into an air shaft like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. So we'll just go back and wait for our friends at the junction, I guess.
Have it known. This is the first time in
If any of
Wildland
them-
history that there's been an air shaft that someone has refused. We did in Wet Runner. We've done it in Yigdera and like so many
It
others.
feels so wrong right now. My character wouldn't
feel
fit.
sullied.
Can I stick a claw in the air shaft? Just
Not around.
just so I feel like I did it a little bit, like, hey,
Dude, tactically, yeah.
You can always yell for me. I'm tiny.
that's
You have a Meet the Robinsons. Why aren't you snatching the boy? Like, my arms are too small. My head is too large. You just like pathetically claw the vents, like doing a tractor, but don't even pull off the hatch.
you just go to bed frustrated, being like, why did I even do this?
Did his best.
Why did I even bother?
That's why you take barrier. Better enhancement pills.
Freaking barrier.
Don't go to bed just disappointed. Go to bed satisfied. So
Made from ground up dinosaur boners.
It's true.
no one that you know. It's okay, folks. Pink, you're going down the middle of these shafts. This shaft is widening as you're going down, and the phlegm is getting thicker and stickier and tackier. There's a strange and terrible odor that is coming down this way. It smells very chemical in origin.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, forge ahead.
Okay. You do hear your companions saying, shouting something in the distance about air shaft. Do you continue forward or do you go back?
Do you guys want me to get in the air shaft, or
I
do you want
mean,
me to go to Phlegm Nation?
This is not a leading thing. I was just wanted to make sure you had that option before
No, I just want
you
to.
go forward.
I'm just consulting. Like,
look,
I think I'm gonna push forward into Phlegm Nation.
I just want to let you know, as someone who likes to be inside of
No,
an air
no.
shaft, I recommend it. But do you?
I thought Pink was in the air.
I gotta see what's. No, I was going to go in the air. I thought it was.
No,
my
I meant to say, Bridget, I thought you were in the air shaft when we played Wet Runner. I was just trying to
I
think.
was in the air shaft when I played
yeah.
Runner, yeah, and it turned out great for me. So, but I think I got to see this flim hole through. I feel like I need to.
It was you are going down this phlegm hole, as you call it, and it's getting wider. It looks like you are coming into a cargo bay. Inside the cargo bay, there is a bunch of heaped equipment. There is what looks to be various lab setups. There is beakers full of dry ice, fog, and colorful liquids vigorously boiling and roiling. You see there are hot plates, stir plates, cold plates, and lab coats hung up on the wall. There are 3 of those little phlegmy goons, and then the largest of the phlegm goons that you have seen yet. It's twice as large as the one that was holding the cannon. They seem to be busily discussing something about their terrible master plan, just loud enough, of course, that you can hear and deduce the whole shenanigans that's happening here in the heart of the plot. They are seeking to replace the sugary goodness of nutrient-fortified children's breakfast cereal with straight drugs. preventing children from having their valuable nutrition by having these unwholesome drugs replace their wholesome sugar cereals. And then they will come in with the vitamin supplements and corner the market and dominate the nutraceutical market. That is also where you have the canned maniacal laughter from the large slime lord. As this dastardly plan. Well, his little sycophants go, that plan can't fail, Chief. The dinos, they don't know what they're in for.
I feel like
they don't, because you have read so many of these ninja books. But now that you have heard the plot, that is the point where you always have to make that check, because you either drop something, you draw attention to it. This is kind of those plot beats that happen in those cartoons. So now I'll have you roll for your stealth. So for you, that would be at least a 4, if not a 5d6. Well, see, that's the thing, is you have Path of Ninja Knowledge. It's a SAR roll. So you're bad at stealth. So that is a 2d6 roll then.
Ooh, a 3 and a 1.
Ah, the calculus of dinosaurs. Well, a 3 is better than a 1. So, of course, now that you've heard the plan, the Slime Lord hears you as something goes off in your pocket. You're like your little walkie-talkie says,
It's actually it's my digital watch and reminder on it. That's
Always
it's reminding you to take your ADHD meds.
It's time for my Adderall.
All of the Flemoid, or all of the Slime Lords turn and look at you as you're standing there, having heard the master plan. The large Slime Lord points and says, "Get her!" Because that's always what they do in these shows. So dramatic freeze frame as you have onto your shocked face as they come. I need to think of another wet onomatopoeia-esque.
Slorting?
Splorching in your direction. Meanwhile, Cutter, you're going down the right shaft. So as you're going down the right shaft, you see this goes towards where the cockpit of the ship would be, kind of towards the center before it goes to the other half of this kind of big crescent shape. You see that there are large diagrams all over the wall on really nasty phlegm-soaked paper that says in crude wet handwriting master plan, with diagrams of how to corner the market with nutraceutical and boxes of cereal crossed out with big red X's. But what's more troubling is that on one wall, you see that there is one of those master plans, but it says in very conspicuous handwriting, lure Kosmosaur into trap with fake drug lab. And it's one check mark, and there's a check going through, and it's very wet and fresh.
Well, that's very concerning.
Oh yeah. Even more concerning is that little post-it note that's next to it that says, "Make sure Barry sets all of the bombs around the ship for the trap."
Well, is there something that would resemble a master detonation system that I could possibly defuse to prevent said bombs from going off?
There is a box where it says master munition plunger. Open carefully.
This goes against every fiber of my being because I love explosions, but I also love not death. So I want to disarm the detonation system. Do I see bombs in this room as well?
You have to open that box, and it says open it carefully first.
I will open the box carefully.
All right. You can see a comical outline for where there would be a TNT plunger that is missing. And then you see another post-it note with a little check mark on it that says, "Make sure Barry does his damn job and takes the plunger to the far right side of the ship."
Far right side of the ship. Shit.
Man, it's too bad Barry wasn't a fuck up, or it really would have been to our
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Somebody's looking to get a raise. Do we have comms or something that we could talk to each other by any chance?
Dino Psionics.
Mm.
Yes, I believe all of you
I
would
mean-
have comms in your suit.
Okay.
Are they wristwatch comms like Dick Tracy or like?
I like the wristwatch.
Well,
phone.
yes, they also can let you have medication reminders to take your ADHD meds
Yeah.
and
And you can play
obligatory barrier.
Snake on 'em.
Oh, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Wow.
flip up the part of the comm.
Bunch of
I'm
dinosaurs
gonna
talking
put
about
the-
snakes. Okay, I'm not gonna say it.
Flip up the display, put the earpiece in off of it, and I'm going to let everyone know that we need to find Barry, that there's a trap, we're all gonna die. We need to find Barry with the plunger so we can defuse the bombs that are in here. And as much as I love explosions, I don't want to die, and I'm sure everyone else doesn't want to die either. Drugs are bad.
Impressive.
It was the lightning round, and you nailed it.
Send.
So on snapping back to Rex and Cog, you kind of get this missive. You hear the sounds of fighting coming from the distance, or it sounds like someone is being captured dramatically, and you have this kind of this information is being relayed to you from Cutter.
Well, we've already established that there's nothing back at the dead end of the far left, and if he's radioing from the right by
From the
process of from the center, thank you, by process of elimination, we should go after Bridget / Pink, right? So that's
All
what
right.
we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
All right, is that you like wanting to rendezvous as well, Cutter?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
I'll
a
distract. No, I was just gonna say I can distract with my knives.
So as you're kind of doing this dramatic montage of a lot of smash cuts about people kind of rushing in towards where Pink is, Rex and Cog, like you're going to provide the thunder. You've got your expertise in giant Gatling gun on your spine. Cutter, as you're beginning to move out, you see that there is a break room next to the command hub, and you hear lots of chewing sounds.
Oh.
But that's Barry, or yeah, why not? Let's bust into the break room with our weapons up and ready to go.
Start blasting.
No, I want to interrogate him first. I just want to make sure it's Barry, so then
As a
we can
dish
plug
killer.
his ass,
So what we get on their comms?
and then we
go,
can shoot him. Huh?
Barry, we get on their comms and page Barry and see if he comes out, and then we just jump him. No, okay.
Yeah. Sure, I think that's
So Pink,
Oh, dude,
I love
let's
it.
do it.
As a quick aside, Pink, you're dramatically taken and captured by the slime lords, and you're held by slime shackles on the side of the wall. You're clearly not in any danger, but for a kid show, it's real tense action. You're like, how can I get free from this? You page Barry over the intercom, and you hear that snacking sound stop from the snack room, and this greasy slimy head stick out with a mouthful of just cookie wrappers. He's just eating the thing straight out of the vending machine from this alien ship, and he's sitting there with this giant comically oversized TNT plunger lock thing.
I'm gonna
What?
pop him in the head.
Do it.
Great. So you get the plunger back. You pop them in the head. So we are basically out of time for the normal broadcast, but that gives us time for like that nice minute-long montage of how you overcome the trap, destroy the fake drug lab, and save the nutritional value of our today's children. What does that little montage outro look like as we transition to the rest of our commercials?
One of us, let's say Rex, with his tiny little arms, freeze pink. Meanwhile, we, deactivate the plunger thing, and I run around and unplug all the bombs, and that's the end of the show, and we save the day.
And in the middle of
The
that, there's a
end.
comedic bit where they catch me eating the cereal with two of the guys that got locked up in the brig.
Oh,
So,
but we've got to be running through the hallway at least once, like where we're going back and forth
Across,
through
yeah.
doors.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
Yep.
As we're looking for parts to fix the hyperdrive on the ship, we're like scouring back and forth, going through each room and stuff, crossing paths, all go at one time.
You get the part you need. You rescue Pink. Pink has all the nutrition she needs from vitamin-rich Cosmo Crunch breakfast cereal. Now with sponge toy knife thing, this has a nice, pleasant dino-related scent, sticky hand. You're able to blast off on the planet. Dramatic, large explosion that is very satisfying to Cutter. Pogs gets all the microwave mackerels that he wants, and you successfully save the day yet again and support a drug-free capitalistic society.
Okay, out of character now. I love drugs. Yeah. back
Really?
Held that in for so long. I'm impressed.
back to me. I love drugs. And you know what else we look here at Wandering Monster is telling you what everyone is up to. Ian, it says here that Ian is editing Sigil, the mirrored reality, and it says CCG by Gabriel. Is that a computer card game or
Like a collectible? It is basically like Magic. It is set in the Hell Knight
collectible.
universe, but yes, it is still kickstarting, just hit funding. But yeah, if you like 80s hair metal doom biker themed card games like Magic, it's gonna be really cool.
Excellent. I look forward to it. Pashki made some mashed potatoes. If you send some money to him, money order specifically, not cash, not check, money order, send it to him and he'll send you some mashed potatoes in an
Nice.
envelope back.
They're really
Bridget
good.
is awesome as always. Yep. Yep. And me on Saturday, December the 2nd, I will be at a book signing at the Printed Garden in Salt Lake City at 4 p.m. So if you want to come buy any of my books, including 2 titles from Madness Heart Press, A Baptism for the Dead, and He Led Us into the Wilderness and Spoke to Us, you can come buy those, talk to me, I'll sign them. You can shake my hand. I'll be all covered up in a mask. It'll be great. Kevin, episode 12 of Flail to the Face drops this Friday, featuring our very own John Baltusberger as a special guest. I believe that wraps everything up. Again, tonight's game was Kosmosaurs. Thank you so much to Diogo for letting us play it, for letting us into this fantastic world. You can find that game at any of the links in our socials, Instagram or Twitter, or it'll be in the show notes when we post this online on Friday. You can find it at any of those places. Anywho, that will do it for us this very fine week. I think next week John's going to be back, if I'm not mistaken. So we will see him then. Until then, thank you very much for joining us on this consensual journey we call Wandering Monster. I have been Charles
I've
R.
been Bridget
Bernard.
Brave.
Sir Boss.
Kevin Welch.
Mr. Pashke. And that's it. That's just no one says anything at the end.
And yep. Yeah, I was trying to think of a zinger, but I had one earlier. But Nope, no sirs. I'm not Johnny B. I don't do this full time. I'm sorry.
I love
Nope,
this.
fail.
Oh my god, that was
I'm
amazing.
So close to nailing.
Cloaca.
Yeah, I was
5 cloacas.
I
That's
was waiting
6.
For, I was waiting
That's
for
6
John
now.
for the final word. Yeah.
All right. I forgot.